This is the hardest map in my game, and it was also the hardest to make, so stick around and watch how I suffered through making this map. Now, let me ask you a question. What does every game dev love doing? Wasting their time on the smallest, most unnoticeable features instead of actually making progress. So, that is what I started with. I have a really long checklist of things to do, and I still find myself doing things that are not on it, such as adding particles to killing, eating... Okay, fixed it. Eating, raindrops, and the end of the bird's wings. This made my game look very AAA. Actually, my game is better than that, because it doesn't have nearly as many glitches and bugs for it to classify as a AAA game. Next on my checklist was adding the bee that I showed off in my last devlog. So I did that, and now here it is. At the moment, it isn't any different to the fly, so I'll make it escape faster and be harder to kill, but I will also make it give you more food. I thought about it maybe stinging you, but I can't be bothered to make a health bar for the spider. I also spent a lot of time adding sound effects to everything as to not break the player's intense immersion. I then wanted to make a new death screen because the current one screams amateur game dev, and I'm definitely not that. I'm not, okay? I went for a similar look to the main menu with the cool dotted background. I chose black and white for the colors because of like symbolism and all that. And I wanted to make a white flash for when you die to seamlessly make the death screen appear. But I somehow managed to make the most unsmooth transition I think anyone's ever seen. I ended up fixing that, and now you can die in style. That sounded cooler in my head. But this is a cold map, and right now the spider might as well be in the Sahara Desert, so I made a temperature meter that will quickly drain if you don't move enough. And now my game is stressful, which is kind of fun actually, so I'll be adding more of these mechanics to my game in the future. So I'm going to be adding a new mechanic to every map so my game doesn't become stale. Now that I said that, I kind of want to make a desert map, so smash the like and subscribe button right now if you want to see that. And if you don't want to see that, please like and subscribe. I've had this idea for a very polluted city where there's barely any life, with a style definitely not influenced by any other black and white game with spiders in it. I wanted to call this the Dead City, so I started making it come to life, and now you are about to see the biggest waste of my time ever, as I spend about 2 days trying to make a polluted pond under you. I want to make it green to show that it's polluted, but now it's too green and it doesn't match the colors. Let's make it white. Well, let's see if it runs on my phone. The smoke particles have turned my game into a slideshow. I'll, work that out later. Maybe I should add a pipe with some water flowing from it. Why does this not work? I've created a new dimension. Okay, let's try and make the water really dark so it doesn't burn my eyes. Wow, great, now you can't even tell it's water. How about I just make the spider easier to see? No, now the color palette's ruined. I removed the water, and everything to do with it. And somehow this is the best the map has looked so far. That's like 48 hours of my life I can't get back, but we move. I made the particles less good looking, but at least my game wasn't running at 60 seconds per frame anymore. I then tried to make a dead tree model, didn't work, so I stole a PNG off Google. And now the map was beginning to come together. I also made the UI colorless. I added some grass that I guarantee 99% of you guys will never notice is there, and I think that's a good place to leave the map at for now. Next devlog, I'll make the map super hard to play, with barely any food and some cool environmental features that I have planned as well. Oh, and did you notice I made the backgrounds of the maps blurred? No? I think it looks pretty good. I want a new bug on every map. No, not that kind, but I can see where you got that from because I had like 16 new bugs for each map, but I mean creatures. So I went back to the dark blue map and I made a beautiful butterfly, textured it, and animated it. Looks pretty good. And here it is in game. You see how the web is floating in air? Yeah, I tried to fix that, didn't work, and I gave up. But it kept annoying me, so I went back to change it, and I didn't like it, so I removed it. What a great use of my time. I had a really cool insect planned for the black map, so I began working on it. This one's a really important one, so I need you all to pay really close attention. I call this one the subscribe button. See how the spider immediately goes to click it? That's what you guys should do too. And did you know that in ancient Aztec culture, it was considered very rude not to be subscribed to someone's YouTube channel? I bet you American 18 to 24-year-old men who aren't subscribed feel pretty bad right now. Oh, and come back for my next devlog because my content is probably some of the best on YouTube.